Well, good evening and welcome to 12 News at 6. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kadiba Devine. Tonight, Arizona lawmakers got to work today on a plan to give you tax breaks. But with tax season already underway, no one has any idea yet what those tax breaks will be.
12 News journalist Bram Resnick tells us why, with all of this uncertainty, you might want to wait before you file your return. Bram?
And Mark, we could be hearing that word uncertainty for a while. Just 3 days into the legislative session, Republicans advanced their plan to insert the Trump tax cuts into Arizona's tax code. But Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs has said she'll veto it. That adds to the uncertainty for taxpayers. One longtime tax analyst tells me he might wait until the last minute to file.
President Donald Trump signed off last 4th of July on one of the largest tax breaks in a generation. Now, months later, Arizona lawmakers are racing to catch up.
When it becomes an event is when Congress makes a significant change.
Kevin McCarthy has tracked tax legislation at the Capitol for 40 years.
We should have probably tried to deal with this back in the fall.
The tax breaks are retroactive to last year's income for tax returns you'll file by April 15th this year.
Taxpayers might have to file more than once, or in fact, even maybe incorrectly file their returns based on, if there's lack of clear guidance.
There might not be any guidance for a while. Governor Katie Hobbs and the Republican majority at the Capitol are far apart on their plans for adopting the Trump tax cuts. Independent budget analysts say Hobbs' package will cost the state about $250 million in lost revenue this year. Republicans' plan, which adds more cuts for higher earners and business, would cost $441 million.
We're not in a great budget situation, so understandably you're going to have lawmakers who are going to be hesitant about that.
If we don't find a way to, equitably and efficiently raise revenue elsewhere, then yes, we're going to have to likely cut services.
Here's how confusing our tax season could be. The Arizona Department of Revenue is telling taxpayers there are 3 possible methods for filing a tax return.
If nothing is done, I'll file my state return on April 15th based upon what the lay of the land is at that point.
You're going to go as late as you can.
Absolutely.
And a Republican-controlled committee voted 5-4 within the last hour to advance their tax cut plan to the full legislature for a vote. And again, the governor is likely to veto the GOP plan. Negotiations between the two sides could follow, and that, as I said, could take a while. Bram Resnick, 12 News.